Hey there, my friends of dungeon crawling. My name is Ic0n and it's part 4 of the Draconian Transmuter. And it's been a damn long time since I did a video. That was mainly because I was running into some brutal audio problems. Turned out my onboard sound chip was malfunctioning and bringing me a lot of nasty noises. And it took me some time to get behind this problem, and well, luckily everything is fixed. But with this long break I took from this game, I I really hope I still know how to play this. And well, chances are this gonna be my this gonna be the last episode of this series, because I'm really afraid of killing myself here. So anyways, it's been a few weeks since I did the last episode, so I need to check what's done, what needs to be done, and stuff like that. Alright, so we already did the lair down to level 6. We cleared the dungeon down to 11. I haven't set a foot into the Orcish mines. I have shoals and spider for rune branches. I'm a transmuter, that's something interesting after all. Alright, I'm wielding a scimitar flaming, that's not too bad. Actually pretty good. I'm having some nice gear up. Actually, I'm pretty good equipped here. Poison resist, ring of ice, and unidentified amulet. A few wands. We're sitting on 3 blink scrolls. I'm lacking teleport. I really need to keep that in mind. That's actually pretty nasty. Having some heal wounds potions, a potion of might. Alright. A few books, a phantom mirror, permafood. Alright, so I think we're good to go. I have to check my spells again. There's beastly appendage, sticks to snakes, spider form, ice form, blade hands. Alright, so we have let's check my macros here. Alright, we have the spider form here. Let's add that. And yeah, I have blade hands on 4. Okay, so that's everything checked. And yeah, I'm really happy to play Crawl again. And down to D12 we go for now. I'm facing a bunch of killer bees here. That's a bit uncomfortable, but I'm pretty sure I'm able to kill them. Should be, that is. I really want to play super slow here because I took a break for a few weeks from playing Crawl entirely. I played a lot of Albion Online, which was freshly released and had some really big troubles in the starting phase. But yeah, didn't feel like playing Crawl when I can't record anymore. That was pretty frustrating for me, and I'm pretty sure you guys missed me a bit. I hope so, that is. Alright, we're facing a two-headed ogre here. I'm only having 28% of disarming him with 2 Kimas. That's not really good, but I still want to try. That could be something good. Yeah, that worked out. Let's try that again, at least until he's up to my face. And I'm gonna slowly take this fight. I feel like I should be able to take these guys down, but I'm really careful here. Better safe than sorry. Alright, we have a new scroll of teleportation. That also makes me feel a lot safer here. I have a centaur around the corner. Let's do it like that. Overall, I'm feeling like I'm in a very good spot to survive until I hit into stone form, or not stone form, statue form, that is, or something similar useful for me. For now, I don't feel too much like a transmuter anymore. Wielding that scimitar of flaming, that shield of protection of mine here is working pretty good for me too. And yeah, we're clearing through this rather as a fighter than as a transmuter, but stuff like that can always happen. It's not bad when that happens. As long as it works, it works. Alright. I want to ID this amulet. It's an amulet of magic regeneration. I don't think that's beating my stuff here. I really like this amulet with rage option more than the magic regeneration actually. I don't think I need it, yet still, if I ever need it, I know how to find it with the search function. Alright, D12. So far everything is working out super fine. I'm worshipping Rue with this run, and I'm already at that spot where I'm able to passively debuff my enemies while they're trying to hit me and stuff like that. It's very, very nice to be at this spot. Alright, so feel free to leave a comment about the audio quality of this video. I hope it's better now. I hope it's better than before. Yeah, but I'm pretty confident that everything works out fine now. Did a few test recordings, I checked the sound, but still leave me some feedback. That would really make me happy at this point, because I really was very, very frustrated about not being able to record anymore. It really grew close to me, this business here. Okay, but really curious about if I'm gonna kill myself in this video, or I'm able to survive and get the groove back on I was with this character. Because with such a long break, I'm always really anxious about just killing myself. And yeah, we're gonna see. It's been a long time and I don't know how strong this character is anymore. Too well, that is. Okay, so there's a double ogre situation. My chances of beating their MR have increased significantly, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to snake these dudes, because the snakes are cheap. They don't cost me too much, apart from a few arrows I don't really need. And yeah, that's way safer than going into melee with these guys. And there's also some hungry ghosts showing up, but that's okay, I think. But my snakes are not working as intended. But let's see. Okay, the moccasin catched up. And snakes are quicker than the ogre. That's totally working to my favor here. And yeah, safe kill on these ogres. I think this character is already strong enough to take these face on, but wow, this is way better this way. So that's also showing off the power of sticks to snakes, even in a, well, higher level of play. This spell certainly keeps being useful for a damn long time. So we're having these ugly things here, and I don't feel too confident about these, so I'll rather keep snake spamming for here. Hoping for some mocassins, but they just don't want to show up. It's all adders so far, but they're also doing the job pretty well. I'm running through my arrows like crazy here, but it's okay. I don't use bows, so I don't intend to use bows at all. Alright, this guy is weakened enough to take him down manually. That's just what we're gonna do here. And we're having a lot of royal jellies here, so with the equal sign you can readjust the letters of your inventory, and for this thingy I pick up the royal jellies and adjust them to E, so I can just EE and eat them quicker than capital H. That's uncomfortable and I want to get rid of these jellies. Alright, we're having this mage here, and he's wielding a Rendard battle axe from the looks of it. Certainly pretty spooky, Mr. Mage. So, I want to try how good the Takimas works. I hope this might work out. Would be super sweet to disarm him, but nope, that didn't happen here. What I'm gonna do, I have this fan of Gales. Is this worth the trial? I'm gonna try to paralyze this guy. first, but also didn't work out. And yeah, okay. I actually gotta admit I haven't used this kind of guild so far, ever. It's a bit embarrassing for me, but okay, we're gonna try to take a few swings on this guy. Turns out I was anxious about nothing here. I don't wanna switch over into this battle axe here, but this hand crossbow. It's a hand crossbow of flaming. Sweet. I think I want to keep this. Hand crossbows are very useful items. Let's ditch this demon blade. I don't think I need this. Alright. I think I ran into a vault section here. Or it's just normal D12 business, although a wolf spider, so many ogres. I'm gonna snake storm for now. Let's kill this shapeshifter, and I'm gonna try to kill this ogre face to face, because I really feel I'm strong enough for that. Turns out I'm right. So a freed. How's my resistance to fire? Non-existent. Let's try to melee carefully, but he can potentially do a lot of damage here. But turns out I'm fine. Okay. I remember being a great Draconian was pretty great for me, and we're having a manual of dodging. Sweet. Alright, I'm gonna keep that. That's actually a lifesaver here. A wolf spider. I am resistant to poison, at least. That's something. Okay. I think my defensive values in this character are pretty bonkers. I feel like I should have taken a lot more damage from the last fights, but that didn't happen actually. Very good. So we're done with D12. I think I was anxious about nothing here. And there's unseen horror. Best way to kill them if you're not running around with see invisible, as far as I know I don't. Nope. Is when you can, take them into a corridor like that, and you will get free hits. No problem at all. Scroll of recharging. I'm gonna recharge this acid wand. So I run a bit low, and I really like these acid wands a lot. Okay. Tanky warrior. Should I be afraid? I don't think so. Yet still, I want to kite it back a bit. I want to have the staircase a bit closer to me. It turns out Rue takes a lot of pressure out of this fight. And yeah, this is perfectly good. Scroll of Silence. Ain't that nice. I'm really happy finding these. And okay. I don't have Wand of Paralysis identified. I want to change that. As far as I remember, I was sitting on a few scrolls of ID, and one of those identified will come in handy, I think. Okay, Potion of Haste. Very good. I like to stockpile as much of these as I can along the game, because in the late phase of the game, when you're running around in Zot and stuff like that, the point is, once you get the orb, or closer to the orb, your normal escape ways of teleporting around or blinking around, they stop working as you're used to. And in these areas, I really value haste potions a lot. Especially during Zod and on the way back during the orb run, these potions prove to be pretty invaluable. So if you can, keep as much as possible of these, but well, if you die when you're not using them, you didn't achieve anything either, so they should be used if necessary, but I really like to cling to these. So my inventory is full, and we're having a book of Necromancy. There's a lot of nice things in this book, and for now I feel like Animate Skeleton is way to go. It's a very nice spell. And the other ones well, there is some useful stuff in this book, but I don't feel like memorizing all this. And I don't feel like switching into Necromancy too deep here, because I still have a lot of work to do. Transmutations is pretty low. And yeah, I'm training up hexes pretty decently, because I felt like hexes could be a very good addition. So Josephine, I'm pretty far away from the next staircase. And Josephine is pretty dangerous as long as you're not resistant to negative energy, which I am not. And I have Berserk Rage available, yet still these wraiths could be pretty dangerous, so I really want to run back a bit for now. That is, breaking the line of sight as much as possible to Josephine, and there goes the first ghostly fireball. It cost me a lot of HP, so I feel like retreating was the safer option. I think I can kill her. I'm pretty sure I'm able to kill her. Let's EE into Royal Jelly here, and let's let Josephine come to us. She's wielding a dagger of venom. Let's see if I can disarm her. 19%. Let's try it still. Okay, I'm gonna take her upstairs. I don't want to have her wraiths crashing into this party, because Josephine might be a powerful spellcaster, but she's pretty weak in close combat. So that's what I'm capitalizing on here. Alright, it's level 15. I'm gonna stick to intelligence. For Transmuters, it's always a bit wonky if you're not worshipping Chagriatus and getting a lot of free stats anyways. Transmuters pretty much want every skill. They want strength and dex for damage bonus for stone statue form and lay hands. But on the other side, you're relying on your spell casting pretty much. So a high value of intelligence is also pretty interesting. So with Transmuters, I always end up being not too sure what I should invest into. I guess there's a lot of different ideas about this, and I don't think I'm having the best idea actually. Alright, we're running into this nice little ring here. Okay. Talking about strength and dex a lot, and finding this ring shows me that my investment into intelligence was pretty good actually. So I could wear these together, swapping out the dexterity ring. I'm gonna drop that. I don't need that anymore, and I'm gonna put up the ring of ice now, and this ends up in a neutral resistance value about fire and cold, because the fire stat attribute here makes me vulnerable to cold, and the ice ring vice versa, and the end of the story is you're neutral. And I've 1 resistance to electricity and a strength and dex bonus. And I always can opt into poison resistance if necessary. Sounds like a good deal, because usually when you need poison resistance, you don't need fire or cold resistance together with that. Okay. Not optimal though, not optimal. But it's a start. Resistance to electricity is something I really like to have, because electric attacks deal very high damage values. They're usually in the upper end of max damage, and that's why I really like to have it. Because it's also a very rare stat on gear. Ripping through these yak without further notice here. They're pretty easy to kill. Done with Lair already, so I'm not expecting them to put up much resistance here. A lot of wraiths lately, but we're doing really fine here. Hexes is growing, and so is my expertise in Tukima stance. Blade Hands is still yellow, but I'm not relying on Blade Hands in this run too much. I think the scimitar and the shield of protection are a way better combination of killing stuff for me for this part of the game. Blade hands would be more damage, that's true, but I would also lose the ability to wield a shield, and that's something I don't want to drop right now. I really like these high defensive values this character has. Alright, we found the entrance to the vaults. I'm pretty surprised actually how good everything goes. But that's a dangerous thought. If I want to give you one advice, be careful once you think, oh, stuff is going great. I can't count how many characters have blown up after this thought. Okay, keep in mind, this dungeon wants to kill you. Always. Don't trust the dungeon, it's evil. Scroll of Fear. So my inventory slots are all bulked up again. But I also have a lot of books on me, so I actually don't think I need to carry them around all the time. So we're memorizing Aberration and Butterflies. Those are two really useful spells. Alright. And Sorceral Hibernation, nah, don't feel like running that. Although I could use it pretty decently, since I have a bit of ice magic already, but I don't want to crap up my spell memory here too hard. So let's check the Book of Party Tricks. Oh, that's invisibility. Something I want to stick to a bit longer, actually. I'm not sure if I want to learn it, but I'm pretty sure that I could use it. But the Book of Changes, I don't need that anymore. Alright. There's a pair of ruined boots. I only wear a normal pair of boots. So what's that? Huh, +1. Not too bad. But I had higher expectations here. Alright, a lot of scrolls of Ancient Weapon, and I feel like I'm gonna rely on this scimitar a while longer, so I'm pumping these into the scimitar and increase my damage and everything a bit more. Engaging on the Cyclops this way was a bit dangerous, but with this shield and this level of evasion, I felt pretty safe about it. Okay, I hear a distant snort and a wave of frost. That's a thing. Alright, so that's the level I want to magic map into. And I think it's pretty clear where the labyrinth is. And since I'm pretty sure that I only can grab one of these side branches, I'm gonna stick to the labyrinth, because I really don't feel like going, like skipping out the labyrinth. It's always a nice spot to pick up some good items, and it's also not very dangerous to go into this, at least not on my level here. Although, don't take the Minotaur too lightly. He can be a decent enemy. From time to time he runs around with crazy gear, so it's always worth inspecting this guy before engaging into the fight. Again, the labyrinth is divided into 3 layers. I keep explaining that on every run, but it's certainly useful to know that. So these tiles are the outer ring, these tiles here are the middle, and the dark gray tiles are the center. As soon as you see dark gray tiles around you, the Minotaur gets closer. Alright. That's some basic orientation around this area, which is very useful because the labyrinth can get pretty tedious. The outer ring can be blown up with wands of digging and other means of digging, while the middle and inner sections can't be changed or manipulated with digging effects, which is kind of sad. I certainly was begging for some dig around here, but nope, you can't dig. You just can't dig around here. So, turns out I can't find the entrance to the Minotaur around here. This is the point where the labyrinth can get a bit tedious. Oh, there's an ogre skeleton. Not too concerning, actually. Alright, let's hope. Okay, that looks good. Okay, there we are. So behind this door, we're going to be facing the Minotaur. One easy trick to take him down is to go invis, because you can't see invisible things. But that's nothing I can rely on in this game, sadly. Okay. There's not too much I can do. I could only sip in a potion of haste or might, but I'm a bit reluctant to do so because I don't feel like this fight is dangerous enough. So let's check. He's wielding a Randot short sword. Damn. Alright, I'm gonna go into this agility potion and I'm gonna net him and chop him down. I think this should work. Alright, we took him down and I picked up a moonstone ring, picked up a scroll for charging. I'm gonna blow this up immediately and put it into this lightning wand, which was a bit low already. So, then moonstone ring, what's that? A ring of see invisible, not bad, not bad. These are certainly useful. I like to have a source of see invisible on me. Apart from that, we're sitting on a lot of crappy items actually. It's my last scroll of ID. This sword could be potentially awful. Alright, so there's the stash of the Minotaur. I picked up another wand of paralysis, so I'm gonna drop that immediately. And I found another scroll. And the short sword of Maclip's Fury. No, thank you. That looks pretty crappy to me. Okay, there's a scarf. It's a scarf of repulsion. Nah, I'm not too interested actually. So that was a pretty disappointing labyrinth run. But, well, that happens from time to time. Okay, Rue believes I can do another sacrifice. I could sacrifice love. That would turn my snake trick into uselessness. I could sacrifice Arcana, Poison, Necromancy, Summoning. Or I could sacrifice a hand. Huh. Well, summonings are normally pretty useful. Let's... It's a major sacrifice to him. Yet still, I don't feel like I want to take any of these. So I'm gonna reject these sacrifices again. And I know it's gonna delay my... Where did my arrows go? Why are my arrows all gone? Did I drop them by accident? I think so. But when and how? Ah well, I bet somebody saw it, when and how. But it's not too terrible. I'm actually pretty surprised I dropped them. Anyways, not a too big loss here. Alright. Can't remember that happened to me ever. So, pretty confused here about the sudden loss of arrow happening here. And where did I drop them? Ah, along the books. I see. Well, I want to have these, my friends. I thought like there was the possibility that somewhere is lying around a big stockpile of arrows now. And I was right. So I'm gonna try to Tukima this dude. Because Weaponless ogres are way less dangerous ogres, but I think I don't need to do these tricks. Yet still I feel a lot safer doing so. Alright, so Hexes is growing. I'm not too sure why I want to stop leveling Hexes. It's certainly useful to have a lot of skill value on this, if I want to use it in the long run. Somehow I feel like this could be a good idea. Okay, there's this ghost. I feel like I could have sacrificed the ability to have summons, because, well, with Hexes this could work, yet still summons saved my bacon in various situations where I was pretty sure of dying, so I don't feel too good sacrificing some power tool like summonings. Nah. That's the thing about Rue. You have to sacrifice something you value. But I really like this playstyle. So I can, yeah. Grey Draconians can traverse deep water, but they are still hard slowed, so it's only the point that I can traverse it. Oof, it's pretty brave of me. I don't think I should be that brave, although I can take another smack. Okay. That was very badly played from me, because I remembered using a long blade makes you pretty good at killing stuff like this, as long as your evasion rating is high enough. But I have 20 evasion. It's certainly enough to pull off the riposte trick. And against these slime creatures, getting surrounded by them and riposte them to death is way safer than dealing with them like I did here. So yeah, hindsight is 20/20. All right, but everything went out fine. I didn't blow up resources on this little lesson I gave myself here, so everything's fine. Okay, let's try this, and I think I'm at the point where I don't need to be that cautious about every single two-headed ogre anymore. I think they're pretty killable for me by now. Alright. Ogres are very good, let's call it gear checks. In terms of your ability to withstand the mid-game pressure. Alright, this Necromancer made this situation pretty much a mess. All these monstrosities got simulacrumed, which means they will rise again when I kill them as a simulacrum, and I'm lacking a resistance to cold, and that would be a very, very interesting situation. Okay. Bad thing is the ugly things are quicker than me, but I think I can survive one of these pretty easily. But I don't want to be cornered with around so many of these like that. Certainly didn't feel too good to me. Let's do a bit of stair dancing here. Stair dancing remembers me that I'm doing some hell crawl videos pretty soon to have some fun along the way and have some shorter videos as well, or hopefully they'll turn out to be a bit shorter series. I want to have some diversion in my options here. Oh boys. Okay, I'm surrounded by two sorcerers that quickly put an end to my rambling here about Hellcrawl, because they can paralyze, and two of them have a decent chance of doing so. And I feel like I should take this situation a bit more serious. So I'd really like to take one of these guys upstairs with me, but then I would need to pass out too many turns, giving them the chance to paralyze me, and I don't want to risk that. I don't think they would have been able to kill me, but better safe than sorry. Alright, what's this shiny thingy? It grants the wielder to immunity to freezing vapors. Leaves ice crystals. Alright, sounds like this thingy creates ice clouds, and I want to put it onto my list. Certainly sounds interesting. This Ripper. Holy Wrath items are really interesting to have, because they're the best option against many late game baddies you can encounter. There's a large shield. Gotta keep that in mind. For now, I don't want to swap out with the Shield of Protection, because I feel like it offers me way more safety, and my skill level ain't that high yet. And there's a jewelry boutique. Okay, that's pretty good. So we have a ring of protection from fire. That's something I want to get marked. Resist corrosion, also something I maybe want to have, and reflection at a low level though, but combined with the shield works a charm. Apart from that, I'm not seeing anything I really need, but this amulet of reflection, I want to have it, because strength +4 is a very insignificant bonus compared to having reflection, because with a shield rating of 19 and an amulet of reflection, projectile attacks, well, I don't need to be too scared about them anymore. What I do need to be scared of is the combination of an orcish wizard with a slime creature like that. That's something spooky going on here. So I'm kiting back. I want to get some distance between me and the sorcerer. He can't paralyze me like this. He needs a clean line of sight. Although these slime creatures, I don't want to have this situation here. So I'm gonna be very, very cautious to have the line of sight with the sorcerer blocked. And I'm falling back slowly towards the stairs, because I feel like that's the safest thing to do. I'm really spooked about the possibility of a huge slime creature being next to me while I'm paralyzed. That's basically the deal here. That's not better. No. I'm gonna go. And I'm actually fond of the fact that I'm better off skipping D15 for now, until my magic resistance is a bit more reliable, because 14% is not enough for these enemies around me. No. Alright. That's gonna be the orcish mines for me. I'm gonna put in 0 to stand on the stairs instead of going there blindly. And I'm gonna have a look at myself here, on my options. There's 3 blink in my pocket, so I don't need to be too scared about the orcish mines. Alright. Hexes is on 6, and that's a decent level for Tukima. Yet still, I don't want to stop leveling hexes here, but I'm gonna stop focusing it for now. With hexes, I like to invest a bit heavier into, because you need to break magic resistances, and it's pretty cool to have a few points more. But 70% is already pretty decent. And Tukima is a very powerful spell in areas where you're facing a lot of armed dudes with low magic resistance, and that happens a lot in this game. even Draconians in Zod have a very moderate magic resistance. Alright, so on his own, it's okay to fight him with 14% chance of paralysis. With something dangerous around him, it's not okay. That's my rule of thumb here of survival. I'm lacking a wand of digging. It's a bit sad. Is there any digging? No. I really want to have a wand of digging pretty soon. They're really useful in areas like these. And for elven halls, I feel like they're a bit mandatory. Alright, we're facing Snork. And I'm pretty confident about this fight. I should be able to take Snork down quickly enough. But Snork is a pretty dangerous enemy if she goes into Berserk too quickly. But I don't want to blow up anything on her, actually. Unless this happens. Alright. What I'm gonna do. I can't fear her here. My spells are pretty useless at this point too. It's still, I could drop a few butterflies and hope this will buy me some breathing room here. Because they're very good distractions. Oh, okay, I made it to the staircase, yet Snork is still berserking. I blocked her a lot. So let's start fighting, and as soon as I get too much damage, I would have put in a potion, but turned out I waited long enough to let her berserk rage end and end this fight into my favor. Pretty hard, because she was slowed. And Snork is not Rupert. She can't perma berserk. If you survive her first berserk rage, you're pretty fine usually. Alright, that's Orc 1. But I feel like there should be some staircase leading to another pocket I couldn't reach yet. Alright, so I think I should be fine slaughtering these priests quickly, but now I want to retreat. That's too many ogres to take down like this, and I feel like I have the ogre ending for this run. Certainly a lot of ogre here. Alright, let's check out this guy. 16%. It's a lot. So these are two staircases which aren't too favorable for me. And yet still I feel like the other one is better. These dudes around me here could mingle me to death if I get paralyzed, unluckily. And being surrounded like that is actually way better. I feel like Riposte should do the job. But I have a Scroll of Fear in my pocket if the situation should escalate. But no. I'm pretty able to kill them off like that. But that's not too surprising actually, with this gear, this high evasion rating at this point. This high armor class helps a lot too, because if I ever get hit, it usually doesn't scratch me too much. I'm only lacking regeneration so far. Yet still, this fight is a bit more spicy here, and turns out against my favor, so I'm breaking it up, reducing the amount of enemies around me a bit. It's really getting hot. Okay, so let's check out this guy. He has potentially 35 damage up his pocket. I'm only sitting on 29. I'm having a lot of AC, so it's not too well, my chances aren't too high that he will one-shot me like that, but I'm actually just gonna go into tree form here and swing him down like that, because lignification always gives you a few more HP, and that did the trick for me. It's better than blowing up a potion of curing on this. I mean, potion of curing would have done the trick as well, but felt like I don't use lignification enough, and later on they get pretty well, gimmicky. Let's put it like that. I won't say useless, these potions never get useless, but they get more and more gimmicky the deeper down you get into this game, and situations where they stay useful get fewer and fewer. So potions of curing, they stay useful all game long as a tool of removing various debilitations on you. Okay, I didn't want to take the other staircase again because the Overmage closed in, and there they are, and they have an open line of sight with me, so retreating here. Don't want to get paralyzed. I'm playing pretty overcautious here, but I don't want to blow this one up. And now this guy is pretty alone. I want to take my chances now when he's isolated. And I'm taking these Overmages so serious because they're not only able to cast pretty dangerous spells, they're also having a very, very higher amount of hit points than the other ogres do. So taking down the Overmage will take longer than taking down a two-headed ogre, for example. But I'm not entirely sure if I'm right about the two-headed ones, but the single-headed ones die a lot quicker than an Overmage. But it looks like I solved this situation here. The trolls turned out to be much more dangerous than I anticipated. I played a bit rash there when I was surrounded by them and went that low. That was totally avoidable. I could have kited them into a more confined space way earlier before getting that low. But well, playing too quick is one of I don't want to say too quick, more than reflex oriented rather than thought oriented playing. That's not good. Certainly not good. It's a trap. And there's the other Overmage, but he didn't see me yet. But I'm gonna shout him to me. And he went into invisibility. Now I'm pretty happy that I'm having this Ring of Sea invisible, but he can't paralyze. That's something. Alright. I'm really curious about the shops on this level. I haven't taken a single look into one of those on this level so far. Alright, so we have an absolutely horrifying shop for gargoyles. This shop, though, is way more interesting. Okay, pair of quick blades. Neato. Much damage rating do we have? 5. Well, the Warlock's Mirror is certainly interesting. Although it's If I didn't have this shield going on like that right now, I would have swapped, picking up the potion of heal wounds instantly. And the other stuff is really costly here. Scroll for charging is pretty costly, potions of curing are pretty costly now. Don't want to buy here. More jewelry, and this ring I want to have. Yes, please. Very nice. Exactly what I needed. And apart from that, crap tons of magic regeneration amulets. That's pretty interesting. If I look them up. Yeah, 4 of them so far. All in this episode. It's a lot of them. And there's another nice ring. Okay. Maybe I want to have it. I'm not too sure yet. The Scroll of Fear, though, I'm actually sure I want to have it. So look at that. That's a nice price for a potion of curing. Not like the other shop. These I'm gonna pick up, actually. Yeah. Gloves of archery. Not too interested into that, actually. Alright. Well, I'm gonna mark them. Maybe I'm gonna think about that differently later. Alright, so this new ringy will replace the Ring of Ice. I don't need that anymore. And I'm at least strongly positive in fire resistance now. That's a start. Better than before, that's for sure. Okay, so let's take this pocket here. I knew there was one. A lot of priests, but... oh well. Let's put up some dancing weapon here. For the giggles. I'm not using this enough. Come on. Drop your stuff, Mr. Orcs. We need some proper ending for this video. And a few dancing weapons are at least something to get the show going. Because I feel like I'm gonna call this the end of this episode, because I feel like that's a good point here. I'm done with Orc. I'm showing some progress here, but I'm still lacking statue form, which is a spell I really want to pick up along this game, because I feel like that's one of the best things to achieve when you're playing a Transmuter. At least one safe way to finish the game with, and I really wanted to put this on video, but maybe I'm not gonna see it. Maybe I'm getting lucky. I'm gonna pick it up pretty soon. Anyways, thanks for your time, guys, and thanks for watching this video. Leave me some feedback, some comments, some like, anything. I'm really happy hearing from you guys and getting some feedback on these videos, and it turned out I survived. I'm pretty surprised, actually. I was pretty sure killing this guy after this long break, but turned out everything went fine. Alright, thanks for watching and see you guys soon. Bye bye.